over here. Give us a second for it to load. So what we were looking for here on the Discord is, so this was the previous day, so this trade was just over $400 for the day. So again, to break it down, this is my entry. So my entry was at 63.01, stop loss just below the zone over here, so 62.08, so about a 3.5 point, and this was my first overall target, right? So 11 MES contracts in, just under $400 of profit, right? So $400. So that was the initial trade over here. So notice how the absorption happened. This is the 10 a.m. candle, right? The absorption of sellers happened just below the 10 a.m. Eastern. Something else to bear in mind, right? The absorption for buyers will come below the 10 a.m. Eastern because the market will absorb below the 10 a.m. before shooting higher. That's something you want to know from an ICT perspective, right? So again, 15-minute fair value gap just below the 10 a.m. Eastern, aggressive sellers trap, buyers in control, right? Previous day high hit. So if you want to catch these high risk reward trades like this, you need to understand where the buyers are entering the market, right? Where are the buyers entering the market? So we're going to go over this entry one more time, and I want traders to pay attention not to any of the numbers. I want traders to pay attention to what was going on over here. So on the 1 minute chart, we saw a big red candle coming in. So this big red candle, right, there were so many more aggressive sellers, right? You can see 379, 237, 45 for zero. You see 87 for zero, right? 38 for zero, right? So you can see 0, 0, 0. So there were no aggressive buyers present at this area. So this shows you 3 finished auctions. So I've been through this in many videos. When you see a 0 on one side, this means that the auction has been wiped out. There's no trading there. There's no aggressive buyers. There's only aggressive sellers trying to drive price down. So think about it from a logical perspective. If there's only aggressive sellers, right, and the market couldn't break below this fair value gap, right, what does that tell you about the POI? What does that tell you about the demand area? What does that tell you about the 2022 model in this case, right? That the markets are willing to go higher. The only reason the markets go higher is because buyers are trapped sellers are trapped by buyers, right? Buyers are passive buyers outstrength aggressive sellers, and that is the only reason the market moves higher. That is the only reason. So again, just over 400 for the day. And so this is the type of trades that you want to be taking, right? So a 2022 model, if we just kind of break this down,